Hello. Thank you very much for joining me today. How you doing? I'm a little bit nervous for this one because I found a Reddit post. What's an obvious sign someone's American? So, like, how can you tell someone's American without them telling you? And I don't think it's gonna be nice. I don't think it's gonna be like, oh, they're just so smart and thin. I don't think so. But I'm prepared. I'm ready. Let's see. In Salzburg, ooh, I love Salisbury steak. That was a joke. I went to grab something from the drugstore. As I was checking out, I said hello to the cashier, thinking there was very little difference between how I said it and how Austrians say it. She immediately started speaking to me in English, and I asked her how she knew I spoke English. She deadpan stared at me in the eye and goes, "Hello!" I just about died laughing since I'm a very stereotypically friendly American that says hello exactly like that. One of my favorite memories from that trip. That's hilarious. Hello. That is how American women say hello, huh? I do like how she says she's a very stereotypical friendly American. That's definitely like the most positive framing of any American stereotype. So that's cool. An Italian told me that Americans walk confidently in the wrong direction. How do you know where they're going, huh? How do you know they're going in the wrong direction? They're walking the wrong way. You're like, hey, where are you going? The Eiffel Tower. It's that. Okay. I had a boss who was an F-18 pilot. He said, go as fast as you can if you think you're lost. You'll either get where you're going or find out you made a mistake sooner. There you go. See, it makes perfect sense. I feel like this is metaphorical for something, and, I'm not exactly sure what, but that's how I feel. They want ice in their water. Yeah, keep it cool. Keep it cold. I think that's like the least weird thing. I mean, I guess these aren't meant to be weird. This is just, how do you know an American is an American without them telling you? And that's a good, simple way. That's true. I don't know. I wonder what it is about it. Obviously, it keeps it colder. Nice, cold, ice cold, refreshing water. It's just what we're used to. That makes sense. Hey, how are ya? Great, thanks for asking. Hey, how are ya? Hey, how are ya? Hey, how are ya? There's a cartoon over here in America where they say that. Anyway, okay. So a little bit like of a casual type of English. I guess if you're a native speaking English person, you might say it a little bit more casually like that. So that's a good way to identify someone who's just like a native English speaker, I guess, right? I think. Like, do Brits not say this though? Hey, how are you? How are you? Deleted? Ooh, that must have been mean. It was a mean one. I worked as a cashier in a touristic place in Paris. I always recognized Americans because they were kind of friendly to me and they always left tips. That's the cool thing about tipping culture, huh? In America, you guys get to benefit from it sometimes, every once in a while, if you get some American tourism. You're not the ones having to pay any tips, but when we come visit, we pay tips. I guess there are worse things than friendly and generous. You're damn right. Could be worse. Retail worker here, not living in the US. I can generally spot an American because they greet me with, hey, how are you? And since I usually have the standard tired from life retailer worker expression at first, I thought they were mocking me, so I didn't know how to react. Interesting. Took me a while to realize they weren't really expecting an answer. Lamau. Mind you, might just be my personal experience, but it's happened too many times for it to be a coincidence. Well, 15,000 people agree with you, so it's not just you. That's an interesting one. Do people really take it that seriously? You say, "How are you?" and it's like, "Oh, you're really asking how I am? Can't you tell? I'm working at this shitty store. I hate my life. Why are you asking?" That's interesting. If someone asks how far away something is, an American will tell you how long it takes to get there, as opposed to a physical distance. That is a pet peeve of mine. Americans do that. And I don't like it, you know? I didn't ask how long it takes. You don't know how fast I'm driving. Of course, I'm driving because I'm American. But I thought they were going to say, they'll tell you in miles, which would be another good indicator. But they'll tell you how long it takes. Yeah, I don't like that. What is going on? I did not mean to do any of that. I don't know what all that was about. I'm really curious what this comment said. But okay, they'll tell you in time. About 2 hours to get there. I'll be like, I drive 80 miles an hour, so what are you trying to say? 100 miles away? The gentle grins you give to strangers if you make eye contact with them as you pass by, at least in the Midwest, was not well received in Germany. Is it like kind of creepy? Like, that's the standard, Or, a little nod. I'm not that good at it. I'm a little bit awkward. Like, that's mine. How's that? I dated a European man here in the US. When we walked together, every time I made eye contact with someone on our path, I would smile at them, and they would always smile back. Boyfriend was so confused at all these strangers smiling at me, kept asking if I knew all these people. It was hilarious. Okay. Eye contact, maybe a smile, and a how's it going? Well, once they speak, I'm guessing it's pretty obvious, just because of their accent. But the eye contact, okay, that's come up a few times now. Just a little bit more strong eye contact. Eye contact is a very funny thing, isn't it? It really makes you realize that we are just weird, like animals. Like, why does it make it? It's like such a balancing act. If you look at someone in the eyes too long, it really is weird. But it's like, why? Why? Why is it weird? It just is. But if you don't look enough, that's also weird. But I guess here in America, it's a little bit different. My dad always taught us to make eye contact when you meet someone, and the go-to line was, "How you feeling?" Okay. How much personal space they give themselves. Americans like at least an arm length. Oh, yeah. Yep. It's about right. Even in like a queue or a line, you're expected to be, probably an arm length. Just about. The only place that really goes away is at maybe like a concert. I mean, definitely at a concert. At a concert, at least if you're standing. If you're seated, then that's different. But if you're standing down there near the stage, no personal space. That all goes out the window. But that's kind of a strange little, specific circumstance. According to the CIA, when training to be a spy, you have to unlearn how to lean. Americans tend to lean on things when standing still. Wow. Okay. Lean on things. Does that have any kind of implication? I wonder. It's a little bit more of a casual. It's definitely a little bit more casual way of presenting yourself, which I think Americans also tend to do with how they dress. They can be a little bit more casual and, basketball shorts and stuff. So that's interesting. Lean on things. Wow. People would know I was American instantly I'm feeling like I lean on everything. Or I'll sit on top of like a railing and stuff. You know, I bet these types of things give it away. Lean on things. There's like a word for that in paintings. Yeah, whatever. As an American, I was expecting to get roasted in these comments. Me too. But after reading them, I can only laugh and agree. Laugh very loudly while leaning. Oh my God. That guy had to go and ruin it. Wow. Okay, this one's long. One American I've met was a bit stereotypical in some regards. He was on a biking tour from Sweden to Palestine. That's quite a tour. Had an unusual beard, huge white teeth, was extremely friendly and a bit loud. And he literally carried a bucket of peanut butter with him because he said that was the most efficient way to carry energy for his travel. That's pretty interesting. I mean, peanut butter is obviously it's extremely dense in calories. It's got a lot of protein and it doesn't, go bad easily. So I like that. I like that. Peanut butter. It's definitely a good like survival food. Definitely need water though too, along with the peanut butter. I was an intern at a software company that just got bought by some huge American company, Warner, I think. And one time, some executives were visiting, walked through our office complimenting all the developers loudly, and then disappeared again. And that's an American thing. Good work. Yes, y'all seem to be doing just fine in here. Great work. Keep it up. I'm going to lunch. I'm going back to my mansion. My general impression of Americans I've met in person is that it's difficult to see what you guys really think and feel because you seem to hide it behind a layer of aggressive cheerfulness. Aggressive cheerfulness. I like that. So when I see something radiating that, I expect them to be from the US. So a little bit fake, to be honest. A little fake. That's probably true. A little fake. There are definitely a lot of fake people over here in the US. You know what I mean? You meet people, you're like, yeah, that guy, he's pretty fake, to be honest. He's nice, he's friendly, he's cool, but it felt kind of fake. When I lived in Spain, the barista at Starbucks immediately knew I was American because of how polite I was. I asked him how he knew I was American, and he told me in Spain, we usually don't respond with good and you. Americans are so polite, whereas Spaniards will just say, give me my coffee. So I stopped responding nicely, and baristas wouldn't speak to me in English anymore. They smile at strangers. Okay, that's come up a few times. These are interesting. They're a little bit different than I thought. I kind of like that comment a few comments ago. I thought I was going to get roasted. I mean, I know that Americans are very loud. I've heard that a million times. Loud, kind of like arrogant. But most of this is just, I mean, a good deal of it is like, well, they're friendly. Even though it might be fake, like seem kind of phony, they're friendly and smile, which I'll take, that's not bad. From what I've been told by European friends and travelers, our complete and utter lack of an indoor voice. Ah, yes, the indoor voice. It's funny because growing up as a child, your teachers tell you all day long, indoor voice, children. Let's use our indoor voice. I guess we're just born with it. Loud voices. I wasn't. I actually am at a huge disadvantage here in America because I don't have a loud voice. I just don't. Some people speak. You'll hear them literally every word across the entire restaurant, and they are not trying to speak loud. They're just speaking at the voice that they use, their normal voice. I don't know what that is or how it's possible, but I actually don't have a voice like that. And so when you don't have a loud voice like that, sometimes you can get spoken over here in America. little bit unfortunate. Was in Geyser in Iceland. Loads of people sitting in silence, patiently waiting for it to go off. The anticipatory silence of waiting for a natural phenomenon to occur was broken by a loud American shouting, "Blow, damn it!" I'm trying to think. I wonder, on one hand, obviously that's pretty obnoxious. On the other hand, it does sound kind of funny. So I don't know what to think about that. In my home stay in London, I was told that I was so American for enjoying a piece of cake for breakfast. Not frosted cake, but like a nuts and dried fruit spiced coffee cake. Oh, okay. Okay. That is relatively normal over here in America. I don't eat breakfast. I think that's like one of the top, probably the top tip I have to not be fat to my fellow Americans. Just don't eat breakfast. It's worked so far for me. Especially because over here in America, yeah, the breakfast food, it's pretty odd. It's pretty odd. It's incredibly unhealthy. There's nothing about it that says health in any kind of a way. It's like whipped cream with syrup on waffles. That's not healthy. Like, that's not even close to healthy. It's so weird. Why is breakfast so unhealthy compared to, I mean, a lot of the food over here in America is unhealthy, but nobody's like eating whipped cream for lunch or dinner. But breakfast, yeah, they're just like, yeah, whipped cream, syrup. It's basically just a dessert. I think somewhere along the line, someone was like, you need all the carbs you can shovel down your throat in the morning to give you energy for the day. So we're going to eat sugar for breakfast. That's true. A lot of American breakfast items in my mind are desserts. Pancakes, muffins, waffles. Doesn't mean I won't eat them, but it's kind of weird to do so. German. Nice. British man once told me he knew I was American because I was wearing a baseball cap backwards. Is that not normal? Wow. I would say that actually used to be more common over here in America. That trend it's not died off. People absolutely wear backward hats. Don't get me wrong. But I would say maybe 25% of hat wearers are wearing them backwards, which it does protect your neck. It's not like it's pointless. Not that that's why they do it. They do it for the fashion. But, worn forwards, shades your eye. Worn backwards, shades your neck. That's interesting. That's an American type look. An Italian told me they could tell I was American because I wore my sunglasses on the top of my head when I wasn't using them. Where else are you supposed to put them? I don't wear sunglasses either, though, that really makes me stand out here in America. I feel like I'm the only one who doesn't wear sunglasses. Incredibly popular sunglasses over here in America. My God. I just never wore them much, and so I don't feel the need to. But man, everybody else here, where's my sunglasses? Where's my sunglasses? Where are my sunglasses? They're on top of your head, dude. But where do you put them if not on top of your head? I mean, that seems like a logical place. Bonus points if you put them on top of the bill of your ball cap and rock a goatee. Accent gives it away. Yeah, of course, but that goes without saying. While visiting Turkey, I was told that I looked American because I was sitting with one leg across the other, and the bottom of my shoe was exposed. Apparently, it's rude. It's rude to expose the bottom of your shoe. I guess the bottom of your shoe is pretty nasty. So, I mean, I see the logic, but that is not considered rude here in America. That's a very, I don't know, you would see the president sitting like that. You know what I mean? It's not wrong. All right. I just realized this video is 20 minutes long, which means, hey, I'm going to have to make a part 2 and a part 3 and a part 4 and a part 5. Anyway, subscribe if you want to. That was a lot of fun. I love reading stuff like that. It's just endlessly fascinating to me. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great weekend. Not tomorrow, next week, but have a great weekend. Bye.